Democrats hate Donald Trump. Yeah. And Democrats hate MAGA. What that's supposed to be. There have been 4 attempted assassinations. I call the National Guard shooting an assassination attempt. And Charlie Kirk. Donald Trump, twice. Here's the funny thing to this, and I don't look at it that way, but here's the irony to a lot of this. It never ends. We mean here 1799. If you like this video, I want you to hit that subscribe button down there and leave a comment. Subscribe. If you're not, go ahead. I'd love to have it on my channel here. I've been going through a lot of news reels, MSNBC, CBN, ABC, all of them, right? The left-wing media. And I started going through a lot of it and listening to all the rhetoric that they spell out. They blame MAGA for this, they blame Trump for that, they blame this for that. Trump's Hitler, Trump's a Nazi, Trump's a fascist. We have white supremacy, we have, the whole racist thing goes on. But the interesting thing is, and this is an interesting quotation, he or she who practices or preaches or accuses another of racism are racist themselves, which is a true fact. Now, let's go into this. 2016. The FBI was spying on the Trump campaign, and that was an interesting thing. They were spying on his campaign. And the FBI, Anna Comey, had to get visa warrants to do that. Okay. Before he was even elected, before he was even inaugurated, what the first thing to do? Scream impeachment. We're going to put impeachment hearings in that. And he did. Now we get the Russia collusion hoax, Mueller report, Ukraine phone call. And all the time trying to impeach this guy. But they weren't just trying to impeach him. They were trying to overthrow a duly elected president. Because it wasn't just the FBI involved. There was a lot of more people involved than just the FBI. And I uncovered a lot of them. Then you got Black Lives Matter. Remember they were burning down the entire country, beating up people, some were killed, and Antifa was all involved with that. And the Democrats and their affiliates and the states and these governors and whatever were told to tell law enforcement to stand down, and they did just that. They obeyed what the governor and their state attorney generals also stated. They stayed down. Then you got the Antifa riots. January 6th, the committee, which was totally illegal. Then Maxine Warner says, go after Trump voters. Go after Trump voters. Excuse me. And the wild part about this is, right, it's get in their face. Go to the restaurants. Go wherever it is they go. You get in their face. Get violent with them. But a lot of Democrats all said the same thing. Not just her, but many, many others. Now they got the real estate court case in New York. The Georgia court case, the election. The Florida Mar-a-Lago with Jack Smith involved. Open borders, southern and northern borders. Now mind you, these are criminals coming in this country, illegal weapons, illegal drugs coming in this country from other various ways. And the Democrats didn't want that shut down. In fact, they want to expand it. But you're killing American citizens, right? You're killing American citizens here. And then you got the one assassination attempt on President Trump in Pennsylvania. The second assassination attempt was in Florida. Man, they got his golf course, right? Then you got the Charlie Kirk assassination. Guy was murdered. And what did Democrats do? All three of those type of assassinations, they played them down. It was like, yeah, it should have happened. Why didn't it happen? This should have killed them. It should have existed. Hate, right? Hate. All the hate. Now, then you get the government shutdown. Yeah. And the Democrats, through Schumer, are going to keep the shutdown. They're saying, well, we need money for the illegals and help the people and the Americans. They're not Americans. They're illegals. They don't belong here. So why are we getting medical care? They're here illegally. They know that. But they also made some outrageous demands that no way that the Republican Party can honor them. So, all right, we shut it down. They did. Then we have defund the police. Democrats love to do that. They've been constantly running around. They did it on the medias, a lot of the media platforms. All these politicians, we need to defund the police, do this, do that. You know, you name it. Defund the police. Okay. Then you have blue state governors protecting illegal immigrants in the states. So now you have a lot of this is going on in the states, and ICE is being attacked. ICE agents are being attacked because the governors warned these people coming out there, and they encourage the attacks. They encourage, because that's what was on these media outlets. I was surprised. They're out there telling people, yeah, go ahead and attack them. And they're telling their local law enforcement, do not assist. Now, what's the law enforcement going to do? They got to put food on the table for families, right? I know they're supposed to uphold the Constitution. Yeah. All right. And yes, I said that Democrat governors ordered law enforcement not to help the ICE federal agents. I said that. And Democrats use lower courts and judges to stop deportation. So that was an interesting thing too. And that's number 20 right there. They're using it to stop Trump. All right, for deportation, get these criminals out of here. 21, Democrats. The shooting of National Guard troops. You don't hear a word from the Democrats. Totally quiet. They shut their mouth. You don't hear a peep at them. Right? That's number 21. 22. Threaten the Supreme Court. 23. Democrats fight against it. Your Second Amendment rights. They're constantly going after them. They're not going after the Supreme Court. They're going to fight everybody. 24. Cut military spending. 25. No King Day riots. Trump's not king. But kings disarm American citizens. Kings shut down First Amendment rights. King revoke freedoms of rights. Trump's not done any of that. Huh? 26. January, they're talking about shutting down, this January coming up, talking about shutting the government back down again. 27, they're going to push for new impeachment. Al Green, my buddy out there, he's a joker as it is. He's going to push more impeachment papers. You can't make this stuff up, people. 28, anti-Israel protest against the synagogues and Jews. And 29, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. People, the Democrats have been hating the Constitution, hate your freedom of rights. They don't want you to pick a president. They want to pick the president that they feel is necessary. See, technically, back in 2016, Hillary Clinton was supposed to get elected, and they can keep their status quo rolling. You never hear the Democratic Party ever getting credited for catching drugs and weapons. No, because they're not doing it. The Republicans are coming in with some serious cash loads. And now they're trying to stop the drugs from coming out from Venezuela. But you know what? Democrats won't stop that. They won't push for open borders. These are American citizens. What are we doing? When innocent men, women, and children are dying in this country, Democrats don't care. They care more about those illegals. They want to give them driver's license, CDL license. They want to give them health care. They want to give them housing. You have all these homeless people, American citizens and veterans on the street. Where's the money coming from there? There is none. Democrats can't find it. They can find money to send it all around the world, your tax dollars, my tax dollars. But they cannot find nothing to help the homeless people. Crime in New York City is outrageous. Chicago, murder rate is just like an everyday normal thing. Every day people are getting shot. And yet got Governor Pitzer is just jumping up and down saying, oh, we're going to, we've got a Nazi government here, fascism and Nazis, and, we got to worry about history or whatever. Bullshit. The Democrats hate the Constitution. They hate the people who voted Trump in. They hated Trump. Hillary Clinton was supposed to get elected and keep the status quo rolling. So the Democrats would be making a lot of money. But we'd be getting stripped more and more constitutional rights. What I just gave you was just a partial of the list of all the dirty things that Democrats have been doing and talking about it on the media. And yet, nobody pays attention to this. Nobody. The Democrats are pushing very hard. They're pushing extremely hard. And you know the wild part about it is, right? They talk about racism. This is racist, that's racist, homophobia and all that bullshit. But here's the point to this. We're not. They are. They put the finger to everybody else. For that, I'm going to end it right there. Till then, keep your friends and family close. And I got something else to show you. And we'll catch you around. Take care.